Ethan, sing a song for me. Oh, Ethan, so pretty. Ethan, so petite and nice. As you edit these videos, think about your friends and foes and love the art world. It's the best. You must create to not rest.
They're right here in his hand.
Give me
the artistic M&Ms. Look at that. It's like modern art on camera. The randomness and the chaos. The randomness and the chaos, they equal creation. That's how we're all here. It's all about the process. I don't actually want to eat the M&M. It's about shaking them around. We're doing blow, baby. Special blow.
Don't do that on public television. You'll look like a wuss.
That's Anders Olsen. He's so fine. I can't rap because I'm out of time.
Stand on your own.
Oh my God.
Eric Bryant Rhodes, first name E-R-I-C, Bryant, B-R-Y-A-N-T, Rhodes, R-H-O-D-S. Sort of been to a few shows. I was invited, well, I came originally to see Gina Volpe's show. That was a painter. I'm doing like a special project on female guitar players, and I photographed her many times at her shows, and I came to support her for her show here, and I sort of got to know Anders a little bit. When I go to nightclubs and I see a go-go girl, like my eye naturally gravitates towards the go-go girls. My approach is generally a documentary one. I'm inspired by photographers like Helmut Newton and Diane Arbus, who have done a lot of highly sexually charged work, or documentary work in her case, and portraits of unusual people, offbeat people. So I'd say that this is maybe a little bit atypical for me. Mostly what I do is like nightlife and rock and roll pictures, and this is one facet of nightlife. And one of the main people that is in this series is Jaiko Suzuki, who's sort of a muse of mine, and I've photographed her thousands of times in different nightclubs, and she's probably, like, I photographed her more than any other person.
Would you ever commit a crime for art?
I don't think so. I'm pretty much a law-abiding person. Yeah, but I might ask permission. I mean, I always get consent. I don't like to violate people, because, like, I mean, I've gotten into trouble. I've got people who wanted to fight me, and I pretty much try to get people's consent before I photograph them.
Did you kick some ass for art?
No, it's just like I had to talk my way out of the situation. Other people intervened and sort of got me off the hook, but, you know, some people, when you take their picture without their consent, they get very aggressive, and they want to fight you, or they demand to take your film. And so I wouldn't consciously violate somebody just because I know that there are many people who object.
All right, it's been a strange night for sure. Last to the microphone tonight, please put your hands together for Mr. Ryan Adams.
I had this friend when I was growing up. His name was Greg Driggers. And he had a brother named Ryan. This is my name. And I lived down the street from him, maybe a block. And my family was like less well-to-do, and his family were really better to do, because his dad was a pawn shop Elvis. You know, like a bum and pawn. Which, where I'm from, is kind of like being like Puff Daddy. It's like a lot of money. So I got the Pro Kid version of like the Air Nikes, and he got the real one.
I tell you, we got a documentary, and these are some filler spots that we need to fill, like material and shit. We interviewed some bands and some artists and stuff.
All killer, no filler.
So we're the filler?
Yeah, you're filler.
Yes,
But that's the important
Can we
stuff.
talk about how we're the filler?
Yeah.
I wanna
First, say and
killer.
spell your names for the camera.
Bill Florio, Billflorio. You have to spell it. That's what he said. Oh.
And last name? David Willems. My nickname is Squeaky.
How you supposed to spell that?
Oh, I have to spell it S-Q-U-E-A-K-Y. Not two E's.
Artie, A-R-T-I-E, Philly, P-H-I-L-I-E.
I thought you spelled it R-T.
And together you guys form
the Shemps.
The Shemps.
3/5 of the Shemps.
What's up with the three? Is this the important 3/5 of the Shemps right
now?
Yeah. Would you guys ever commit a crime for art or for music?
Artie shoplifts every day.
How's it help out your? How's it help your music?
Artie stole all the microphones tonight.
I robbed
Guitar Center one time.
Who's Artie? Artie. A-R-T-I-E. All right. What'd you do? You robbed the guitar place?
I robbed the Guitar Center.
And his pictures on the Pathmark wall in Long Island for stealing veggie burgers.
How'd veggie burgers help you?
Right next to all the
they help me. They fuel my.
They fuel your
anger towards people that eat.
They provide valuable carbohydrates, which we could not function without.
I get all my inspiration from kung fu movies.
Show me some kung fu.
You know,
It's no like quiet or anything.
what is that? It's like
You need to Do you guys know what the antagonist movement is? Tell me what you think it is.
I thought it was that group of people that did practical jokes and like ran around Manhattan like the Something Society.
You're off a little bit.
They like dressed up like clowns and they swarm like a Gap.
You know what's really funny?
I don't know anything about rap music.
Really fat women crying like really bad with no sound. It's really funny.
That's like a student film.
Yeah, it's a great student film.
Fashion? What do you consider about fashion and art? Is fashion an art? And how important is fashion to art?
That thing that mixes everything together, because it's an art practice that generates so much money. It's incredible how much money it creates. So it kind of, you know, people, because art is not something fundamental. It's something you do when you're not surviving.
P-E-L-Z-E-K.
First name?
Jennifer.
We got a dyslexic guy who does the editing.
J-E-N-N-I-F-E-R.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so what'd you do tonight?
I had a show of photography. Basically, my photography is inspired by graffiti, but I'm a graphic designer, so I am influenced by anything that's sort of a graphic expression. So it could be anything from graffiti to signage to shapes or ripped posters. Graffiti, I think, it may have been done already where people have taken photographs of graffiti and cropped it in a way, but I think with mine, I've taken it and elevated the graffiti or signage or something that is actually appeared to be it's something that could be painted over.
These are the Makeout Bandits.
Makeout Bandit, no S.
Makeout Bandit.
No...
Dealing Records. Dealing Records.
Squad.
The Dealers. The Dealing Rock Squad. And I never caught your name.
I'm Chris.
This is Chris, and he's the one that's gonna keep us blessed for this whole interview. We got New Knox, we got Oral Sex, we got Mission Man, we got Little Playboy, we got Deep Lab, we got We got Dr. Boom, we got Lil Papa, we got Pope in the motherfucking house. Blackwood.
You have a telephone call at the front desk.
Bitch, I think you should do no 12-inch cock. Who doesn't want 12-inch cock? What? In the face.
Where are you?
He's so irresistible. He's so. I'm not gay, but yo, you can slap it if you want to.
Pants. Put them in your pants.
Therapy. Woo! Don't stop.
Pee-wee, we love you. We miss you. Where are you?
How'd you guys get involved with the antagonist movement? How'd you end up here tonight?
Like people from Niagara, my boys, Jesse Mellon.
What's the antagonist movement?
She was sleeping
Dude,
with
shut
everyone.
up.
What is it?
She was sleeping with everyone in the bar, and they were
Whatever.
like,
He's the biggest fat liar.
Put your hands right in your pants and do the pee-wee dance. Woo! Woo!
What inspires your music? Where does it come from?
it comes
Blood.
from.
It comes from blood.
It comes from blood. It comes
Visceral.
from love. It comes
It
from
comes
blow.
from
It comes from
visceral
street.
and the lively aspects of what is life.
This is the
Latin
modern day
West.
Manhattan. This is Sin City.
Now to the brigade disco. Let's all get freaking. Let's get butt naked and burn. Here we go.
Does money matter, or do you just do your art for the sake of doing your art because you love it? Or are you driven by money, or does money even play into it?
As my great grandfather once said, no money, no funny, but you know, that doesn't make a shit in this business because I'm out to make people live. I want to get people live, I want to get people dance, I want to get people freaky, I want to get people eating bush 24/7, I want people sucking cock, I don't give a fuck.
Let's all go to the brigade disco.
And yes, he
That's
was.
my bush. That's my bush.
Slightly fruity.
Brigade disco. Take off all my clothes.
Okay, where and how do you find inspiration?
Well, that's a tricky question. I get my inspiration mainly of every other practice I do. Since I do video, it's gonna feed my drawings, it's gonna feed my paintings, it's gonna feed my music. And it's like a network of my own. And where I'm saying it's a tricky question is that I don't believe in artists that work in their studio all by themselves, never read books, never go see other artists' shows, and you know, never like kind of feed themselves with the. And that's something I respect a lot about this antagonist movement thing, is because that's what it allows you to do.
Oh, I commit love crimes
Love
every
crime.
day. It's all about love crimes, love scenes. I'm caught in between.
Caught in between
The
them.
heat of destruction, I'm reduced to a function by the eyes of the beast. I am the feast. And by the eyes of the beast, that means you, that means her, that means every fucking bitch in here, and I'm guilty.
Love scenes.
I'm caught in between.
My name is Nico Westerdale, Nicowesterdale. How did I get involved in art? I just did it since I was born, I guess. I don't know, not since I was born, but I just done it all my life.
All right. Did you always know you wanted to be an artist?
Just
knew you were?
Yeah, I guess it's just something I've been doing. I didn't like set out to be an artist or anything. These are all things I did over the last 6 months, and they're all kind of figurative stuff. They're really washed out, like just oil paintings. There's a lot about in the surface there because they're very washed out, and there's kind of figures in there, and probably you don't know what's going on when you're right up close, but there's something going on behind every single one.
Is this a new style for you?
Actually, yeah. I didn't do figurative stuff for years and years. College, I did a lot of installations and stuff, and at college they didn't really teach me how to paint. So I kind of picked that up on my own afterwards. A lot of the stuff I have tonight is really personal stuff. I had a lot of shit last year, and I needed to get it out. There's a lot of people that are at college who are just kind of marking time. I think it was really worthwhile to go, but I don't know how much it actually helps being an artist, because either you've got it or you haven't.
Okay, my name is Sylvia Ortiz, but also known as Sil Tagonista.
Excellent. Okay, now I have a quick question for you. One, you're in a show tonight. What's your art about tonight?
Well, my art is about educating everyone about the reality of beauty and women's standards of how they view themselves.
And how do you do that?
By exploiting the image of women in the ways that they actually don't realize that they're actually doing in magazines.
All right. You're talking about, how women are exploited. What do you think about fashion?
Fashion stinks.
Why?
Because it's all based around the female image, and it's all like a facade, and like fashion it makes you cool, makes you fit into the society, makes you fit into everything that society wants you to be.
So when you get up in the morning, don't you want to put on something that makes you feel good?
Makes me feel good. That's the key. So if I like what I'm wearing, that's fine.
So fuck all else?
Fuck everything else.
Would you commit a crime for art?
Yes, I would. If it's something that I truly believe in, I would. If I want to run around down the fucking block butt-ass naked, I will. If it's to support my artwork and our movement, fuck yeah.
All right, give me a high five. All right, one more. What has the antagonist movement done for you so far? And what have you done for the antagonist movement?
Well, I've been showing my artwork, and I'm hoping that it's been helping the antagonist movement somehow.
Of course it has.
I hope, but antagonist movement has helped me a lot because, like Anders saying, I always say this, when the antagonist movement first started, and I didn't even know about it, he told me that I was an antagonist, and I didn't even know it. So when I first showed here, and I got to meet you guys, and I spoke to the writers and everybody else that was involved, I realized, yeah, I'm an antagonist. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Let's do the secret handshake.
Okay, what's the secret? Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, babe.
I didn't know you lived in a palace, but apparently you do, and you have a butler, and his name is Oglesby. I ran straight to your palace because I had never been to a bona fide palace before. And when I found your address, I looked at the mailbox and it said, A. Palcher, Esquire, bona fide palace owner. I knew I had found the right place. The palace sandwiched between two hills, itself shaped like an enormous zucchini.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
The email that I told you that for those of you
Robert Steffen. Oh, S-T-E-F-F-E-N. Profile?
2 F's.
2 F's, 2 E's.
Feels like you spent some time in jail doing the profile immediately.
Then he spent a lot of time in jail.
Okay, so Robert, how'd you get into music? What was your initial inspiration?
Just hearing it all the time.
How old were you?
My whole life, 3, 2, whatever. But in terms of being successful and doing really well, why not? You should. I don't think there's anything romantic about being ridiculously poor and, living in filth. That's true. There's nothing romantic about, having people pee on your front doorstep and, not having enough to eat and all that. There's nothing romantic about that. If you can live well and do what you love, you should do it.
So where do you... You just do whatever you can as long as you want to get your art piece done. It almost makes law and crime, it's like not even an issue because you have your piece that you want to create. Huh. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, why is art important?
I'm saying that you might have to do time if you believe in your piece or whatever. You might have to whatever. But when you're creating something, I think life is about creation. I think, and art represents that. Because what are we here for? From the beginning, it's all about creation. You know, we create to have families, we create this and that. If we didn't create, we wouldn't be human beings. And that's something that I think is as important as religion, is as important as anything you do. Not that I believe in, you know, it's religion or whatever. Whatever your beliefs are, that's fine. But I think art is something that people just need to create to live. And I think that's why, if you feel that you have to break and enter to take a beautiful photo, maybe you have to, and that's just that adds to it. Or they always claim that people are selling out.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like, can someone sell out, or is that your goal to get your message heard?
It all comes down to intention. It comes down to intention. If my intention is to emulate someone else with the agreement with corporate figures that that's going to sell records, and that's my only intention, I think that's selling out, and it's cheap. It's shallow because you're aiming to rip off someone.
Patience,